Ni hao, and welcome everyone for one last time in Division 1 this season. This is the season finale for IRL Season 10 Division 1, and we are at the worst track of them all. We are in Baku for the final showdown for the title challenge between Redstone in the Mercedes, VFX in the Williams. But it's not just about the drivers. We also have a constructors fight brewing between Williams and Mercedes. So, lot of racing to be had before the end of the season. And currently spectating Redstone, we have another commentator who will join us sometime soon once he has his dinner. So we'll wait for him to join. But here we go, the final qualifying session of the season, and then we go for a break of a few weeks, and then we'll return for some more league racing on this game. But yes, as far as the title fight is concerned, it is Redstone who leads VFX by 15 points. So VFX has a tall order here tonight because, well, it's still not in his hands. If Redstone finishes P4 or higher, then no matter what VFX does, Redstone will win his title, and that will be the second consecutive title for Redstone. Remember, he won in season 9 in convincing fashion. He was absolutely dominant, and this season as well, I would say the races which he has participated in, he has been pretty strong, apart from a few glitches here and there. And I think he has 5 wins to his name. So that's a lot of wins as compared to the next driver with the most wins are a few drivers with 2 apiece. So no one has actually managed to win more than 2 races a season except for this man on the screen, as it seemed like he was perilously close to the wall there, Redstone, but it seems he has come out unscathed. And thank you, Shooter, for welcoming me back, and congratulations on a wonderful, wonderful season. While Harsh did win the title, but it's a cliche that Harsh won the title, but you won our hearts. What a very strong season, Shooter, and let's hope you are racing with these boys next season. So, no, Azun, I'm not going to invite you for comms. We have someone else joining in. So, let's wait for him to join as Redstone puts the marker with a 39,999 on the board, and that's already faster than last night's poll in Division 2. It was Noble Garter who put in the poll time for the Division 2 boys, and it was a 140.218. So we are already quicker than that, and that's on the first run from Redstone himself, who I think has 10 polls to his name, which is just unbelievable, as I think Shooter has 10 as well. So if Redstone does not manage a poll tonight, then both will be tied for that record of most polls this season. It might be most polls across all seasons in IRL, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe I'm not sure about that, if that's something which probably Caesar can help us identify. As by the way, Sid Venkatesh has retired from the session already. I think he crashed out on his first attempt, so yeah, he's not gonna really starting up the order. But that being said, we only have 12 drivers tonight, so Baku being Baku and a lot of carnage, the race is not lost at all for Sid Venkatesh, who was in Division 2, was the runners-up in Season 9, was promoted to Division 1 and has had a okay season. But I'm sure he would be thinking right now that he could have done much more in that Red Bull of his and his teammate Caesar, of course, fighting for the championship for the most part of the season. Not racing tonight, I believe. He is traveling. But that being said, let's see what Sid can do in his final race with the Red Bull team this season, as Jishnu comes across the line with a 142.0. So I don't know what's happening, but that's a 2 second gap from Redstone. So that lap, as Shooter says from Redstone, seems to be very, very quick right off the blocks. And let's see what happens. Is PSI on a lap? I believe he is, and he's about to catch some kind of a slipstream from a car up ahead, which is an Alpha Tauri. Is it? Yes, it is. And the Alpha Tauri does come into the pits of Charles Leclerc. PSI goes across the line with a 141.4. So still a second and a half off Redstone space. And now the Williams boys are now on the track. I think VFix did one run. Let me just quickly pull out the tire data. And VFix did one run, but he came straight back in. I didn't really see which tire he was on. Now he is on the soft tires. So let's see, this should be more competitive. But meanwhile, oh, quick killer! I think he did hit the wall there, it seemed. And did Chips just... who was that? Who just went... Oh, that's PSI. Yes, I thought it was an Alpine. It is an Alpine of PSI, who probably is damaging his rear wing in this process. He has to make a multi-point turn just to get out of there, and he has to wait for other cars to pass. Now he can make his way through, and now let's go back to the lap from Quick Killer, which seems to be scrappy to say the least. And see, these are some weird camera angle shots that just very, very zoomed into the car. Just spectating, goes down to the third gear as Srikanth says Ni hao. Hello Srikanth, welcome to the stream, and congratulations Srikanth for winning the Constructors with Ferrari. I think that happened a few weeks back, but yeah, very, very strong season from you and Hirsch both, and always good to see Ferrari winning. We know that it's not really gonna happen in real life anytime soon, but at least in the virtual world we can have that solace, as Quick Killer is going to come across the line, the 141.5, and VFix has just started his lap as well, and I think it is Smith who has joined the party. So Smith, hello, and let us know when you have joined the session as well. Well, Smith can't hear us yet. We'll keep an eye out on VFX's lap time, and probably I would really want to go on board with Redstone Derp. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go on board with him for one full lap across this 6-kilometer circuit. There are 20 turns, and this is how Redstone is navigating the first couple of them, very controlled through that left-hander. There are a few left-handers to start the circuit. Remember, there are 3 left-handers at the start, and now he brakes just after the 100-meter. Oh, there's a car which was round. Then there's a Mercedes, so it was his teammate Abhishek, who also, by the way, is very strong in qualifying and has joined us back after a few races. So welcome back, Abhishek. And let's go navigating that chicane with a lot of ease. There's a car ahead, and I'm not really sure. I didn't really pay attention to the delta. A bit sketchy through that. I think he wrote a lot of curves and he wanted to. Very, very committed through the castle section, flying his car there, and now he can sit back and relax as it goes to the gears and through the triple left-hander, completely flat out through here. Very tricky braking zone. It's downhill. He has to avoid the curb on the left, which he does, and uses all the track on the right. One final braking decision to make. That is very well done. Goes into the third gear. I thought he'll keep it in fourth, but now it is completely flat out through this section. He has a car ahead of him which might give him a distant tow, and yes, it is giving him a very good tow. I'm not really sure which car it is. It is an Alpine. It could be Chips or it could be PSI, but Redstone Dub goes 139.6. And on that note, welcome Chips, welcome Smith, I'm so sorry, to the comms box. Smith, can you hear me? Because I just can't hear you. Hang on a second, guys. Let me quickly check with Smith, because Yeah, shooter, I can't hear Smith either. Shooter, are you facing issues with my audio as well, or is it just Azun who's facing that issue? VFix, by the way, has put in a 140.5, Hushra with a 140.4. So still a clear 8 tenths gap between Redstone and the rest of the field. And is anyone on a lab? I think Abhishek might be. No, he has invalidated, in fact. And yep, thanks for that, Shooter. Smith, क्या हुआ भाई? I don't know what's, but I can't hear him at all. So yeah, so the reason why I asked him, because I don't really believe you. Otherwise, I wouldn't have asked anyone else. But sure, Azon, rain in the race. Uh, let's see. Is Jishnu? I just saw him at the corner of my eye. I think he has crashed out in the castle section there. I don't know if we will catch a glimpse of his car now, because Charlotte Clark is just going through that area. No, the car has been ghosted, but Jishnu is out of the session. Srikanth, I really can't go on board with Abhishek. He's in the pits now. Let me see if there's any other driver who I can pick up. Husserl, is he starting a lap, or is he about to come into the pits? I think he might be just coming back in the pits. We have 5 minutes remaining in the session. So still some time for the drivers to put in one final lap time and see what kind of positions they can gain. But let's see. Is Charles Leclerc going to start a lap? I think his red light is flashing. He might come back in the pits. No, in fact, he does come back in the pits. So everyone in the pits right now. And let me figure out where Smith is. Okay, so Smith is joining us in a minute.
Here I am.
Oh, and here he is, our Division 2 champion from Season 9, who's been begging to to come back to the divisions. I hope next season we fix. Sorry, why am I messing up the names? I hope that next season, Smith, you are not season. You are back racing with us, as the Alpine boys are up to something. They're doing their outlap information, and
Yeah, I think they're going, I think one last time for this quali. But we are here in quali, so just wanted to understand from you, Malav. So what is the current situation like? Where does Vifix have to finish, to bag this from Redstone? Because I believe Redstone is leading by some margin. Okay, that was some crazy by Chips and PSR.
yeah.
But yeah, please tell me.
Yeah, so
What is the
just to
current
remind our
situation?
viewers, Redstone is leading the championship by 15 points, so that's quite a margin he has over VFix. And VFix needs to finish. I mean, there are different scenarios for VFix to finish and then for Redstone to occupy a lower position. But VFix basically needs to outscore Redstone by 15 points. 16 points at least, not 15, because if they're tied on
Oh,
points, Redstone will win the championship on account of having more wins. Redstone, if he finishes P4 at least, he has won this. No matter where VFix finishes. So
Vifix finishes, of
yeah,
course,
so
correct.
Redstone just needs to get P4 here. But either way, let's see if someone is on a hot lap. I don't think anyone is. A few people are on their out laps, the final ones. Redstone is about to start his final lap, and we went on board with him for the entirety of the lap. Abhishek's on
Redstone is
track
about
now.
to start his
Yeah,
lap, I believe.
yep, Redstone is just about, and there he goes for one final time. Our pole master, he has 10 poles to his name. I think he's on his way to make it 11. 8 tenths is the gap. I really don't think he needs to put a lap here, because I mean, it's going to be clearly he's dominant on this track. Just give me a second, Smith. I'm getting a call.
Yeah. But yeah, coming back to Redstone, what a season this guy lad has, absolutely dominating and well deserved by Vifix as well. Who has been a constant, I believe, top three, maybe top five. Not completely aware of the statistics side here, but he definitely has been one of the top drivers and even throughout the seasons. Um, I don't know if Redstone is okay. Redstone is on a hot lap, and while he does have time for another run, but he is deploying his battery. But why does it feel like he's not really going full pace? Yeah, he's not exactly going full pace. I could see him lift off, but at the same time, he's using his battery. So I don't know what he's up to, but he doesn't even need to do a lap. Let's go on board with maybe VFix, who I think is on a hot lap now. Um, so yeah, VFX with DRS wide open, going through the first sector, hard braking zone where you want to make sure your turn-in is just right. And Charles Leclerc, I think he crashed in the camel section. Why did I say camel section? Never mind. But yeah, coming back to VFX, who is now approaching the castle section. Yeah, that's what it's called. Where Charles Leclerc recently just crashed, and very well planted his car looks like now, going through that corner. So let's see what sector times he's putting against Redstone. Oh, I think he
Yeah, he has
invalidated, so
invalidated.
that's definitely not.
Quick Killer has retired from the session. Hushtak is still on a lap. What about Abhishek? He's very quick and he is quicker than most.
Oh,
40.1. That's a valiant effort. The Mercedes boys, that's the front row for them. But let's not forget
yep.
Hushtak. Hushtak might be disrupting this Mercedes party here. VFX quali is over. Is there anyone else who's improving? No, not really. But
It does say
it
purple
is.
sector 2. I don't know if that's still a glitch. It's been a while that
But
I've joined comms.
he's up by almost 5 tenths through sector 2 here, Husrav. So I think if he keeps his advantage, he's gonna get P2 here. But to topple Redstone off his pole position might be a tall order for the Ferrari driver. He comes across the line and he does get P2 and he comes into the 39s. A very good lap from Hushra. What
Wow.
about Ethan? Ethan, in fact, has lost time in sector 2. Yash has lost time as well. So I think
Yeah.
that's Collie done unless Ethan can pull out a mega sector 3 and then can challenge
Yeah.
VFix
Chips
for
and
P4.
PSI, I think, doing the same thing right now.
Yeah,
And
they're just.
Kosalia is out of battery, so I don't think so. And he's up by 2.5 tenths, 2.5 seconds, in fact. So I think that's quality done. So Redstone, um, at a very strong position right now, showing that he has some pace over our championship contender VFX
11
by
poles
almost,
for
yeah,
Redstone. And let's also see. Oh, yes, Kasaria. So, just a fun fact for anyone who's watching Redstone has not raced in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 races this season, it
what?
seems.
Okay.
And he has there are total 18 races, so he has got 11 poles. Does this mean he's got pole in every race that he has raced in? I
Maybe not pole, but do you mean that he's scored podium in all the races
No,
he's
no,
been
no.
a part of?
It says 10 poles in the points table, and this is his 11th. There are a total of 18 races in the season, and if he has got 11 poles, that means he has not got pole in 11 races, and he has not raced in 11 races this season. This is if this is true, that is just crazy from Redstone. But
Yeah.
okay, no, no. Oh yeah, in fact, yeah, that is true. I see four plus one plus two. Yeah, I see seven did not start markers from Caesar in the points table. So, if this is to be believed, Redstone has gotten a pole in every race this season he has raced in. So, I really don't want to hype this up a lot because I'm not sure how true this is. But I would not be surprised if there is one man who could hold this record. It is Redstone. But that's the collie. 3.5 tenths is the gap between Redstone and Hushrav. Very impressive pace from Hushrav and Abhishek's both. We fixed almost a second of Redstone in P4. That does not look good for the Williams driver. Chips in P6 joins URL Ethan on the third row of the grid. Gosalia, PSI, and Quickler, and Jishnu rounding up the top 10. Shah Leclerc in P11, and Sid Venkatesh did not set a lap time, so he's in P12. But points on offer
But
for
such a
everyone, I
huge
think.
gap, even in the top five, who have actually put in the effort to put a time. Because I saw Chips PSI, just doing some,
Oh, Yash
I don't
Gosalia
know,
has
side by
left.
side runs.
Smith, if you can
So
invite Yash
might invite him.
soon, yeah,
Yep.
because he has left. So I hope he can join before the formation lap starts, because otherwise he'll have to take control after uh, the 5 lights go out. But either
I think he's
ways,
gone offline.
this is I hope that's not an electricity issue for Yash. But either ways, this is the final time. The drivers are readying up and making the final changes to their setups and race strategies for Division 1, and 26 laps of carnage await these 12 drivers ahead of them, and I
Do
predict
you
at
think other
least.
drivers are gonna stay out and let them, just fight
I
for
mean,
glory?
yes, but I don't think Redstone needs anyone's help, to be honest. If he gets good
No,
start,
no,
he's just gonna ride off into the sunset. So,
no, no. It's
okay,
not about
what
help.
was your question?
It's about
Something else?
staying out of.
Trouble.
Basically, I was
Okay.
just saying that do you
Yeah.
feel that these drivers are just gonna, stay out of their way to
No.
let them fight their own battle?
No, no. I
No,
can think of at least two
no, this
drivers who
is
will not
D1.
do that. So, so I
Okay,
think,
I know you don't want to name them,
yeah.
but
So
okay.
there is going to be some popcorn, but here we go. There is no formation lap, and we are underway for the final time. Hoodstuff does get a good start, but Redstone seems to be having that ascendancy. Hoodstuff does retain his P2. VFix tried to take P3 from Abhishek, but right now he does not, and he is probably going to get under pressure from an Alpine. No, he does not. It is Chips who, in
Looks
fact,
clean
was
for
trying
now.
to. Yeah, looks clean for now. Everyone seems to be well behaved, as Sid Venkatesh is trying to go for an overtake on Leclerc. He
Oh,
has the inside
Abhishek!
line.
Abhishek lost his
Abhishek!
front wing and goes straight. Oh,
Ooh,
that's a VSC
Abhishek.
already.
Yeah, it is a
I
VSC,
don't know if he
and
was trying to overtake Khusrav there, but he kind of went into the wall and lost his entire front wing there, and had to basically take the, I don't know, whatever that part is called.
yeah, the escape road maybe. Uh,
Yeah, the runoff area,
yep.
and yeah, I think he had to rejoin from there. So he's definitely going to pit after this. But unfortunate moment for Abhishek, but not so unfortunate. He's still in the race, considering what exactly happened there to him.
Yep, very fortunate to still be running, and he will be hoping that the VSC stays out for at least a minute or so more, so he can pit. He clearly has no front wing at the front of his car, so the
Yeah.
Mercedes crew will have to get into action pretty quick. PSI Legends in P7 and Chips in P4, so there are a couple of cars between the two Alpine drivers. We have seen that they are very keen to run alongside each other, at least in qualifying, but in the race, that might be more difficult as the VSC does go away. So we are
Oh,
green
VSC is ended
flag,
as well. Yeah.
yeah, once again. And here we go, Ethan on the back of Chips. This seems to be one of the closest battle we have. Ethan tried to use his battery, but it's not really gonna work out for him, and he has stopped using his battery as Redstone set the fastest lap. Not really representative, but he has a 1 second lap, 1 second gap already met on Hostak.
Yep. He immediately got a 1 second gap after the VSC. So I think Hushraf was caught napping, or I don't know what he was exactly doing there. But that actually makes Vifix. I mean, he's hounding Hushraf over here, who's gonna maybe dive. Okay, no, he keeps his position. He had a good moment to take that inside line, dive to the inside of Hushraf, take P2 and go after Redstone. But he keeps his position. I think he's going to try again later once DRS would be open in the coming lap. But looking at the position change, Quick Killer making the inroads here with 3 positions gain on P6 now from P9. So that's good by him. And Abhishek's unfortunate losing 9 positions because of losing the front wing. So yeah, that's there for the race. I think it's going to be a bit boring race. I already can feel that because only 12 drivers we have for the finale.
Yeah, not a lot of drivers turning
And
up, and you are right, Abhishek. It's unfortunate there. Did you see what happened? The PSI Legends has had some kind of an incident. He has let 2 drivers go. That's Jishnu and Shalak is relegated to P9, and now has Yash Kosalia right on his back. But yes, Smith, what happened exactly on lap 1? I'm not sure if you saw the incident. Oh! Yash Kosalia crashed
oh,
out!
that's
And that could be a
Musalia
safety
crashed
car.
out.
It's a virtual safety car yet. And I think it is a safety car now. I see a
No,
red
that's a
dot.
VST because almost all the
I see a red dot.
drivers
Yeah,
passed him.
I can see the.
Oh, there's a yellow dot. There's a yellow.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
can see
safety car.
the safety
It's a
car being
full-fledged
deployed.
safety car. Oh, but look at the
VFix has.
bunch up.
Yeah, VFix has accidentally overtaken Hushra, or was it a legitimate overtake? I'm not sure. But Yash Gosalia,
Even I'm not sure.
he kind of crashed at the same place I crashed in THTRL. Those S's, which are not really S's, but you need to be accurate with your steering input, and completely lost his front left wing.
I don't know
front left
if it
wing.
was Redstone, the moment for him where he was, loading up the MFD.
Yeah, it could very well be, but the gap which Redstone has is now. Obviously, it's a safety car, so it will come down, but it was almost 7 seconds a few moments back.
Yeah, but I think we were talking about what exactly happened at a couple of places. One was with Abhishek's, wherein
Yeah.
I feel maybe he was trying to overtake Khusrav, and maybe he was, pushed a bit too wide towards the wall, and that's how. That could be one reason, or maybe he just completely misjudged. Either one of these two. And I think with Gosalia, he was trying to overtake PSI, like we saw. Um, and maybe he tried overtaking him through those corners, and that's how he crashed. Maybe there was a
Yeah.
moment, you never know.
And I was about to ask Jin because I know he's watching this, but he has given an answer already that VFX will let Hushrav through once the safety car period ends because probably I think I saw a lot of cars bunching up on the grid, almost coming to a standstill. So I think a lot of people did get some kind of a huge delta warning. Is Ethan going to come into pits? No, he stays out. There's no point in pitting right now. But I think that's where VFix might have accidentally overtaken Hushrav. So he's gonna let the Ferrari through and will then fight for position once again. But when do you think? So people on the mediums, Smith. I'm not sure if you are well versed with the strategy on this track. I'm assuming it's a mediums to hards.
Not at all. I'm not
Track.
well versed with any strategy right now with this game, unfortunately.
Right. But just take a wild guess. When do you think the medium runners would like to pit? Considering they would go onto the hard tires. After this.
Considering there is a VSC and an SC, I don't see them pitting so soon because what I feel is they would be stretching these mediums and going on for softs directly towards the end. So if they can stretch it more for around, let's say, 15 to 16 laps, they can easily go on to softs. So because I know softs won't last in Baku for more than 7 laps. Is what I truly feel.
Right. All right. So let's see if the drivers want to stay out until lap 17 and then get their soft tires on, or would they want to play it a little bit safe and then pit on lap 12, 13, and then go on to those more durable hard tires, which will comfortably see them to the end of the race. Abhishek, has he pitted again? Because yes, I think he has, because he has a huge gap to the rest of the field, and he'll have to speed up. I don't think the safety car will come in this lap, but it might not wait around. So Abhishek's at full racing speed, I think, right now, does need to get a move on here and hope that. Oh, there's. I thought he clipped the wall there, but no message from race control yet. So now he can relax a little bit because there will be one more lap under the safety car. And Abhishek,
Yeah,
it's
I think
unfortunate.
Vivek can actually let go Hushraf even right now. He can just put some gap to Redstone, and it would trigger that Vivek is letting, I mean, allowing to overtake, and Hushraf actually can overtake him even right now.
Well, we don't know what's going on in both of their minds at the moment, and oh, they again, not just them, but the entire field kind of bunches up. But I'm not sure. I mean, the game can't really be trusted, but it's worth a try, Smith, because when it does it in the green flag conditions, there are other drivers behind who will be very eager to get in front of VFX. So I think it's worth a try, but I don't think that's what he has in mind right now. So he's probably gonna wait until the green
Yeah.
flag initials to let Hustrav through. As we have Harsh in the comments. Harsh, congratulations on your
Oh
maiden
yes.
IRL title and welcome to Division 1. Welcome to Chaos. And
I
yes,
think
this
first full season for Harsh.
I have no idea. No
Yeah,
idea.
because he joined the season where he joined the previous season midway. Him, Shooter, if I'm not wrong, and they were really quick, is what I remember when I was racing, with them, against them, whatever. But yeah, I think complete full season for Harsh first time in IRL, and he's already won D2 championship for season 10. So big congratulations to Harsh, and well deserved P2 in the championship for Shooter, I must say.
Yeah, well deserved from Shooter. Is a brilliant season from Shooter, and very rarely we see two drivers who are competing this closely but are also keeping it clean. But yeah, that's something which you can witness only in Division 2. I don't think Division 1 drivers really care about uh, racing clean, but Redstone has been pretty clean. But here we go. The safety car is in at the end of this lap, and I'll stay on board with Hushrav to see where VFix ultimately decides to let the Ferrari through. Redstone is warming up his tires, and Hushrav doesn't really seem interested in doing so. He just wants to get a move on and hope that there are no issues with him overtaking the Williams, because there are a few cars also who are very eager. Ethan especially. Redstone seems to be taking it to the line and he wants to minimize the straight, although no overtaking is allowed before the start finish line anyway. But here we go. First off, hopefully only one safety car this evening, but I am sure there will be a couple of more yellow colored dots on the minimap. And let's see, I think Redstone has gone. Yes, he has gone now. And Hushrav is using his battery and he's gonna pull out of the slipstream of VFX. He has overtaken VFX, and now does VFX challenge him into turn one? Yes, it does.
Oh,
It is
Ethan lost
Ethan.
his.
Yes. Oh,
Oh,
there's absolute
I
carnage
don't know
here.
if Ethan was
Ethan.
tagged,
No, Ethan
but
went for a dive bomb, I think, on VFX, and in that, Jishnu has lost out as well. VFX has conceded the position to Hushrav. It's a virtual safety car, Smith. Have we had any full laps of
yeah,
running,
already.
green flag running? I'm not entirely sure yet.
So I was
But
actually on board with Ethan, and while turning for turn one, he was already, it's like sliding, drifting. So I don't know if he was tagged by someone, because only then he would actually be drifting. Until and unless he's, ABS off and his tire locked up, and that's how it happened. I don't know what's the scenario, but I do feel that he was kind of tagged by someone over there. But I think people would have lost their wings. I see Jishnu, no wing. I see. Okay, Ethan is full wings and that. He could have
Leclerc
had
has
maybe
no
side
wing.
pod damage or something. Yeah, Leclerc
Leclerc
has
is
no wings
now
as
let
well.
Ethan through, by the way. Sid seems to
Yeah.
be fine. By the way, uh, in all that, Hush,
Abhishek is now P7 and all that.
yeah, Abhishek, that's Baku for you. By the way, Hushraf is really close up to Redstone. So does Hushraf sniff a chance to take the race lead here? Redstone seems to be strong out of that left-hander, but this VSC period, Hushraf has ensured that he doesn't lose time to his Mercedes competitor, but VFix losing ground. All
Yep.
the while, Abhishek and PSI going side by side, and PSI is on the inside. Abhishek has just about made the move stick, but approaching turn one. Let's see if PSI goes for a dive bomb. No, he does not. Abhishek
No, he
into
won't. Yep.
P6 and Ethan into the pits. Is Leclerc in the pits? Yes, he is, and Justo in the pits as well. Hushrav just 5 tenths behind our race leader at Stone Up.
Yeah, Hushav really needs to keep behind Redstone because the last time I saw, Redstone was making 4 tenths to 6 tenths gap per lap to Hushav after the VSC restart.
There are few drivers in the pits, Ethan and Jishnu, who have gone for the soft tires. So they expect
Yeah.
another safety car or a VSC in the next few laps. But if that doesn't happen, then well, they'll have to pit at the end of lap 14 or 15. So let's see what
We've
happens.
already seen couple of VSCs, one safety car, even though there are just 11 to 12 drivers. So I guess they are expecting, maybe a VSC or maybe another safety car.
Yeah, because this track is such, you could crash out on your own without battling anyone, and it could still trigger a safety car or a
Yeah,
VSC.
look at that.
So
Redstone already pulled out 6 tenths, 7 tenths, 8 tenths now on Hushraf.
yeah, Redstone is just
And
on
the
another
gap is
level,
just increasing.
and
Yeah.
yeah, he's just flexing his muscles right now. So it's pretty much clear of everyone else. In fact, it is the Williams boys who might be battling pretty soon if VFix does not latch on to Hushrav in his DRS. VFix is pretty far behind, and he has a further 4 tenths to gain. But as it stands, it will be in fact his teammate, which is Quick Killer, who will be in
Yep.
VFix's DRS. Does he get DRS? I think he just lost it. Quick Killer does not have DRS down this back straight leading up to turn 3, and that would massively help VFix. But Quick Killer seems to have gotten a good exit there because he gained a couple of tenths on that straight.
No, he definitely had DRS on the fix. No? He was
No,
just under 6 tenths, 8 tenths.
I mean, I thought he would have DRS, but I didn't see the rear wing flap being opened. So at least he didn't activate it. If he had it, he didn't activate the DRS. By the way, Abhishek,
Yeah.
after clearing PSI, is now on the back of Chips. So Abhishek certainly has a
Yep,
lot of
pretty close.
pace, and Chips is going in deep into the right-hander. But Abhishek, that's unfortunate for him that he's lost so much time. But now, because of that safety car, he hasn't lost
Oh,
that
Sid
much time.
Venkatesh lost his. I think he clipped his wing. He
Yeah, no
has
front wing
entire
for
front
Sid
wing
Venkatesh.
missing.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. You could make a mistake on your own and still trigger something.
Yep.
Abhishek is hounding Chips here,
Abhishek is
and
hounding. Yeah.
it should be an easy overtake on the main straight. It's a 2 kilometer straight here in Baku, and it's almost like a expressway overtake when you are in DRS of the car in front and you have reasonable setup. This time, both drivers not making the mistake which Yash Gosala did, and now you will see Abhishek using DRS, the beautiful helicopter shot. He has the inside line as they approach turn one. They're still clearing the. It's such a long straight. You wait and wait for the braking zone. Now they brake, and Abhishek is clearly in front, but he has to be careful because Chips will have DRS on the next attempt.
Yeah. Why does it feel like Chips is running really low wings in compared to Abhishek? Because he was only able to overtake him during the braking zone.
Yeah, it could be possible that Chips is running low wings here. If that is the case, he will be losing some time to Abhishek in the middle sector. As there is
Middle sector,
something
yep.
going on between Charles Leclerc and Jishnu, and I think Leclerc has just about overtaken the Aston Martin, but I think Jishnu will come back at him on the back straight. But yes, the theory is confirmed. Like what you were saying, it's probably running a low wing setup, and now you can see that he's losing time to Abhishek in the second sector and
Yeah.
not get DRS on the back straight. And Abhishek can now, he's already on the back of Quick Killer. This man has so much pace here, and Quick Killer will now probably be forced to overtake VFX. He doesn't have a choice here.
Yeah, I think Quick Killer wouldn't really want to overtake Vifix. I think he would just let Abhishek through maybe. Or maybe Quick Killer and Vifix could just, stay side by side, not exactly give gap to Abhishek going through this,
Yeah,
I
Quick
don't know,
Killer
last sector.
is now finally using his DRS on Abhishek. Here we go. He gets a double toe from the Williams. Is he going to go for a move? No, he does not. Play safe. And remember, chips fits by the way. And remember, this is for the constructors
Already.
as well. Because Williams are leading Mercedes by 24 points in the constructors championship. So Abhishek has a point to prove here. He's not just racing for himself. He is racing for
Wait, Chips
the.
pitted because he had a wing damage.
Oh, okay. Completely
Yeah.
missed that. Did he have a front wing change? Hopefully.
I guess I kind of like I just switched on to chips and the pit stop was a bit longer than expected.
Okay, here we go.
So definitely
Abhishek's.
a front wing change.
Yep. It's a huge lockup. At least the animation was such. Abhishek still losing some.
Oh, Abhishek's
Oh,
almost
wow,
losing.
there was a lot of wheel spin there. Does VFX have no wing?
What?
No, no,
No,
he
he
does have a
does. What
wing.
are you
Yeah,
saying?
I don't know why I thought he didn't have a wing there. I mean, no, maybe the shadows threw me off. But yes, Abhishek. Now this should be interesting how he tackles the Williams boys. VFX clearly lacking a bit of pace here, and right now it is Quick Killer who's using some good defensive tactics to keep his teammate in P3 and more importantly save some points for the Constructors Championship. But here goes Abhishek. He's using a lot
Oh,
of battery here.
Vifix.
He is.
Vifix is missing the end plate, the right end plate.
Oh, here we go. Abhishek and VFX might get overtaken by two cars in the same corner. And.
No, that is a
This is.
good move.
Yeah.
Good move by Quick Killer,
Yeah,
and
Quick Killer
Vifix
is
needs to
in
stay
front.
side by side so that Abhishek cannot overtake them. This is what I was talking about. They need to stay side by side. Quick Killer should, um, just stay behind Vifix and not exactly overtake him because Vifix is missing end plate. So he won't be able to keep up with Quick Killer once he decides to launch himself away from them. And currently, Quick Killer being a good teammate, helping Vifix, not just stick to his position, but at the same time helping him from Abhishek's.
Look at
So that's
Abhishek
Abhishek's
trying everything in
really,
the book.
really
He
wanting.
is, yeah,
Yeah.
he's quite impatient, and as he would be really frustrated under that. Okay, that was a glitch, but my God, Quick Killer is so good with his defensive work right now, and he's playing the team game to perfection.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean, in
Abhishek!
this, oh, Abhishek
Abhishek, that
lost his
is, it's a
wing
safety
there,
car.
and wait,
It's a
no
safety
way,
car. I
no way,
told you.
Codemasters.
I told you.
I mean,
Here we go. So I think the hard runners, the medium runners can pit and go for a set of hard tires till the end. That's the most obvious
yeah, I mean,
strategy.
they can.
And
Vifix definitely gonna pick that, and that was so stupid. I mean, come on, Codemasters.
everyone being very well behaved with their pit entries. Abhishek is in the pits
Don't
as
tell me
well.
Quick Killer is spitting behind
Yeah, yeah,
Vifix.
yeah, he is pitting, and I think
Double
that's the
stacking. He's gonna lose position.
he's gonna lose a position, and that's not good because then Abhishek will. Oh, Abhishek has a wing change. Never mind. So I think Quickilla might still come out ahead of the Mercedes, but VFX
No,
has.
no. Because Vifix is currently holding back Quick Killer.
Oh
In the
yes,
meanwhile,
yes, yes, yes,
Abhishek
yes.
is done with
Yeah,
his front
yeah,
wing change.
yeah.
Yeah.
I completely forgot VFX had to do a front wing change. So Quick Killer is gonna lose a place there, and but at least there is chips between
Oh, he
VFX and
disappeared for
Abhishek.
me.
So yeah, I think that might have been a
Dude, he's
glitch.
disappeared. Okay, he's. Wow, this
Yeah,
game,
he
man.
might have
For fuck's sake.
teleported to a different part of the track.
Yeah.
As there are few people who have so Ethan and Sid and Jishnu are on the mediums. 14 laps. I mean, not 14 laps. Let's say 12 laps on the
Mediums
mediums.
can
Yeah, it
definitely
could be
take it to the
doable.
end.
Yeah, on lighter fuel.
Definitely doable.
Right, but it is look who is leading the race. It is PSI Legends who has stayed out and is
Yeah.
leading the race. His moment of glory comes now, but what what a race this has been so far. Especially the midfield battle
Do
between
you
the
think?
two.
Do you think he's gonna fight this or he's gonna let through?
I'm not gonna say anything, but whatever happens, let's just say I'll not be surprised.
So
Well,
I guess he was one of those two drivers, wherein you
I
mentioned
can
about
never
it.
confirm nor deny what you are asking me. But this is
I mean,
good.
he
This is
might
good
just
for.
weave to let Rohit Stone through.
Uh, let's see what happens. But yeah, this is good because this bunches the field up and we'll probably see some more drama, more action. As it stands, Redstone is winning
Yeah,
this championship. And VFix, well, he's gonna try, but he is gonna fall short by quite some margin. This pure pace wise, Redstone clearly dominating the rest of the field. So, a worthy
clearly,
winner in my
clearly.
opinion.
Actually, I'll be
If
back in a minute. I'll just quickly have some water and come back.
Yep, no problem. As PSI does continue to stay out, so this is gonna be some interesting tactics, I believe. Jishnu and Sid Venkatesh. Sid Venkatesh is in the pits. He doesn't want to use those used mediums and take them to the end. And let's see what tires does he go next. He probably has a fresh set of mediums. Yes, he does because remember he did not qualify. I mean, he crashed out in qualifying, so it seems like he will finish the race on this set unless there's a late safety car. Right. So that's the race rundown. As it stands, Redstone Derp does win the titles, the driver's title. Sorry, but I think Williams could be just about fine as far as the constructors championship is concerned. So, well, they Mercedes will gain a few points on Williams, but not 24 points. So let's see. So the pack is bunched up. So we can probably expect the safety car to come in at the end of this lap, but I can never we can never be too sure about it. We'll cross the sector line for sector 2 in a few seconds, and that's when we'll know. Let's see if there is any message from race control. Yes, there is. The safety car is in this lap, and we have 13 laps of racing after this one. The mediums will easily make it to the end. PSL Legends is gonna lead this safety car restart. Remember, he does need to make a pit stop, but I think he has decided to stay out and probably wait for later time to make his mandatory pit stop in this race. On board with VFix right now, and let's see, PSI
Yeah,
is
I'm gonna be
weaving.
on board with Vifix as well.
Because yeah,
I
we
really
all we
want to
all
see.
are thinking the
In
same
fact, I'm
thing.
gonna be on board with Redstone. I want to see what exactly PSI does.
Let's see. PSI still weaving and has not gone. Now I think he has gone. No, he has not yet.
Nah,
Hushrav is
he's still.
very.
Oh, now he's gone. He's gone. He's
Hushrav
gone.
has
He's gone.
now gone, and PS of course has gone. VFX. Oh, there is some fighting going on behind. Is there?
Oh,
Yes,
quick
it
killer
is.
already
A
overtaking.
quick killer and Abhishek's
Oh,
going side by side. And Abhishek's.
wow.
Oh, there's some contact. Quick killer has
Oh,
lost
quick killer
his end
was
plate.
squeezed behind. Yeah, quick killer was kind of squeezed there by Abhishek, but we'll see about that later. Abhishek's Vifix trying to make a move on PSI. No way. Oh, that could have ended the race for Vifix. That could have ended the race for Vifix again, wherein he had a bit of movement with Abhishek's. Abhishek's really feisty over there. He's overtaken PSI as well. PSI really not letting Vifix through here. I don't know why, but Redstone already in P1, who's being hounded by Hushrav, and Chips with a big gap behind Hushrav, who's now gonna be under attack from Abhishek really soon. So it's a train right now. Vifix is gonna overtake PSI through the No way! What the hell did PSI do? He didn't let Vifix even turn. This is not how you race, guys. Come on.
Well, I'm gonna say is that I'm not
been a
surprised.
VSC at least.
I mean, uh, as I said, not surprised. But well, PSI is out of the session. We fix his P10. I think that's his championship pretty much over. But here is Abhishek's on a charge. And let's see if Abhishek's. Oh, Leclerc! It could be
Oh,
safety
Leclerc.
car. Uh,
What? No
Leclerc,
way.
that's I think the same place as Yash Gosalia. And
Yeah.
Abhishek's up into P3. He was
Should have been a
30
VSC
seconds.
at least.
Yeah, should have been a VSC, but he was 30 seconds off everyone else. Abhishek's at the end of lap 1, and now he's in P3. And the kind of pace he's showing and the kind of moves he's making, he could probably make a charge for P2 as well on Hushrav, who by the way has stuck with Redstone Dub. So all credit to Hushrav for this pace, and let's not write him off just yet as far as the race win is concerned. Quick killer in the pits.
I mean, Abhishek really has that fire in him right now. He doesn't care who he's racing against, be it Vifix or maybe even be his teammate soon if he, plans to overtake him.
And as things stand, I think Mercedes will win the championship, Constructors' Championship, because both the Williams are just gonna. How many points is that? 6 points is what they are going to score from P8 and P9 right now. But let's say there's a lot of racing yet to be had. URL Ethan is on the back of Chips, and let's see what Chips has to offer in terms of a defense. He is tantalizingly close to Abhishek. Of course, DR has not been enabled. Here goes Ethan. He has a really good run through those set of corners, and he will take the position from the Alpine driver Ethan into P4. Yep. And let's see if Chips can stick with him. DRS has been enabled now, so on the back straight, Ethan will have Chips to worry about. But Hushra was 5 tenths behind Redstone Smith, and then Redstone just pushed the nitro button on his car, which we saw in Doom in 2004. and look at that. He's just 1.5. He just cleared him by a further second. So I think we need to check Redstone's car. There needs to be some kind of an inspection. Probably driving an illegal car is all I would say.
Yeah, Inspector Malav after the race would be, with his
I mean, you remember those conspiracy theories about. I mean, this is a cricket reference, but when Australia won the World Cup back in 2003, that Ricky Ponting has a spring in his bat, which is why he was able to hit the ball that
Yeah,
far long. I have
yeah,
a similar conspiracy theory that there's an extra gear in Redstone's car, which just him and his team know
yeah,
about.
which is basically the reverse gear.
Yeah, so he doesn't have a real gear. He has been
Yeah,
gifted
which
with a
only
ninth.
I think Vifix has used this game
Yeah, BFX has used, and I think someone else,
in
PSL
this race. I
Legends,
mean,
has
yeah,
left the session. Oh yeah, he had DNF, so he has
yeah.
left, and that's his season over. BFX, of course, still running, but let's see. Jishnu, well, I was expecting Jishnu, but Ethan is very close to Abhishek's, so Ethan seems to be showing very good pace as well, and I don't know if it's close enough to make an overtake. The straight is very, very long further behind. Jistu might be making a move on chips, but here goes Ethan side by side with Abhishek, ahead of Abhishek in the braking zone, and that is Ethan
Yeah,
into podium
very clean
positions.
overtake, way before the braking zone as well. So, but I really felt Abhishek would, make some inroads to Hushraf, but it kind of stuck between 2.83 seconds gap between him and Hushraf. But let's see
Yeah.
what Ethan can do now if he is able to catch up to the front two runners.
At the next few laps, Ethan will still have an advantage of using those medium tires. So he will have to capitalize on that advantage and try to get within that 1 second window of Hushraf. Then it will be slightly easier for him. But as we speak, it's not really making any kind of inroads. And as the laps go by, Smith, the hard tires will be the better race tire, and they will come into effect, or they will rather
That is
be
true.
the better tire. Abhishek's hounding Ethan through the castle section, so it seems like these two are very closely matched for pace, and as things stand, Abhishek might still have an upper hand in this battle for P3.
Sorry, I had to momentarily go off the chair. I don't think Ethan is going to catch up to the front two runners. He's just going to have a fight with Abhishek.
Yeah, but what these two are
Um,
doing, as they're playing it smart, they are not costing each other time. So they're just
I'm getting
passing
a
each
call. I'm
other.
sorry.
Yep, 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 yep.
So the thing that you're trying to say, right, that Ethan and Abhishek are playing a smart game, but they're not really making any kind of inroads to the front two runners. The gap is basically just increasing, and over time it's just gonna increase. In fact, Jishnu has caught up to them in all that.
Yeah, Jishnu has
Chips
caught up to
having his
them.
own sweet race. Vifx just overtook Sid.
Yeah, I think Sid just let him go
I think
there. So
Sid him, yeah, Sid would have let him through as well. And Quick Killer, unfortunately, just cruising at this point. He would be hoping for a safety card. Oh, Ethan
yeah,
has
so
lost
yeah, Ethan lost
DRS.
DRS. Yeah, he has lost DRS, and now we'll be under threat from Jishnu, who's also on those medium tires. So Jishnu, I think it's probably just a bit too far back to make a move on this particular occasion. Ethan, while he doesn't have DRS, he's just getting into that 1 second window, but he definitely would have had a distant tow from Abhishek's, and now he is within that 1 second window, so that will give him protection against the Aston Martin. Chips, by the way, is in the pits
Yeah.
for a set of mediums. Probably didn't have fresh softs available, so that will obviously comfortably take him to the end of the race. Redstone up ahead. 3.3 seconds is the gap, and Hushraf and Redstone, I think both settling into their own pace right now. I don't really think they need to worry about anyone behind them. I think these drivers will keep each other busy, and I don't think they really pose any threat to P2, let
Yeah.
alone P1.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, Redstone, has things under control. Very unfortunate moment for Vifix over there going through the castle section. But I would say very, very much aware of, the situation. He really did not try to turn in when, he actually took the road straight ahead and then basically reversed and continued. So that kind of prevented the entire, front wing changing and DNF or whatever. So he's still there. Maybe not, winning the battle right now against Redstone, but still in the battle. I'm sure he also would be hoping for a safety car right now, just like his another Williams teammate, Quick Killer. And what do you feel? Would there be another safety car?
I mean, there could be, considering there are a couple of drivers fighting for P4. Abhishek seems to have just about slipped from the grasps of Ethan and Jishnu, but they are going to go hammer and tongs here. But I don't think so. No, I think Ethan and Jishnu have a very level head and a cool head on their shoulders. So I don't think there's going to be a safety car on account of people fighting for positions. If there's a driver error, that could happen. But that being said,
Yeah.
Smith, the last time I checked, the gap between Hushram and Abhishek was 3 seconds. Now it is less than 2 seconds. So Abhishek is
Oh,
making some
Jishnu was
inroads.
inches
Yeah,
away.
yeah, from the wall. Yeah, I just saw that. I
Yeah.
was on board with him. So I think while it has gone up more than 2 seconds now, but I think that is one battle which probably will be interesting towards the end of the race if Hushrav loses a couple of tenths from his race pace. But as things stand, it's pretty safe for P2, and that will be a very strong season from Hushrav. He'll finish P3 in the championship. Yeah, will he finish P3 or can he? Does he have any chance over? No, I don't think he's gonna overtake
Wasn't
VFix here.
Caesar Husha was P3? Yeah, Husha was P3.
Yeah, Caesar will finish P4. Unless, what about people behind Hushrav?
So
Jishnu
Husharov
is
has a gap of 12 points to
to
Vifix.
VFX. Yeah.
So currently, let's say if he finishes P2, so that is 18 points, let's say, and Vifix 6, so that is 8 points. So that is 10 points. He
Yeah, six
still misses
points.
out by 2 points, 3 points from Vifix.
Yeah, well, the fastest lap could also come into equation here. Who has the fastest lap
But
right
that
now?
still wouldn't really help.
Yeah, that wouldn't help. I'm just trying to understand who has the fastest lap. Where do I check that? As Chips and Sid
Fastest lap
Venkatesh.
is by Ethan.
Oh, Ethan. And
Yeah.
yeah, it is either. Oh, that's a yellow flag. Oh, that was probably for Sid
Yeah.
Venkatesh. 142.6 is Ethan, and then the next fastest lap, of course, is by Chips, the 143.4. So the medium runners naturally setting the fastest laps of the race. Jishnu still stuck behind Ethan, and Abhishek's just very very close, 3 tenths
Yeah.
away from DRS window. So this could be a battle which is worth keeping an eye on.
Yeah, I think over time he will catch up with Khusrav. He has really good. He's showing a good pace. Like all of a sudden, he's made a 3 second gap to Ethan. And if I go on board with him, he has 50% of DRS. So does Khusrav. So they're both using equal amount of battery currently. So let's see how it plays out for each of them.
Yeah, but here goes
Abhish
Jishnu,
is
I
really
think.
catching up in the second sector, to Hushrav. And Hushrav suddenly bolts away in sector 3. But then he has some good pace to, make up for it in sector 1 and 2. So let's see how things, pan out between these two. And in all that, Jishnu overtakes Ethan. Now these two are, basically fighting for P4, and now I believe Ethan might get him on this straight.
Ethan might be just a bit too far back to get Jishnu back
Yeah.
on the straight. Abhishek's 1.0 seconds. This is getting close, and if you are to be believed, he will make a few more tens. Yes, he does. So he seems to, again, it could be a setup thing, it could be just how confident the drivers are in sector 2. But Abhishek seems to gain some ground on Hushrav in sector 2. And if he can maintain this kind of a gap, he will be in DRS of the Ferrari. Probably not this lap, but next lap, he could be within a shot of an overtake here.
Yeah, yeah. He's definitely running a bit more, downforce than I think currently anyone right now. Because he clearly, when he's overtaking during the last sector, he actually overtakes just during the braking zone. So that actually, kind of clearly, proves the point that he's running very, very, or not very, but yeah, a bit higher downforce than the others. Perfect with the 3 second time penalty. Poor lad. I must say, I kind of feel bad for him with what happened after that. He's just been, driving his own race.
Yeah, and here goes Abhishek. I thought he will not overtake this lap, but Abhishek has made the move on Hushrav on this lap. So, lap 23 of 26, Redstone is doing his own race. Abhishek's in P2. Hushrav might come back at him, but as it stands, it's a Mercedes 1-2 in the race, and Mercedes are on course to win the constructors title as well. Hushrav will pull out of the slipstream, but he has to stick back, and I think Hushrav will wait for the start finish straight to probably get his P2 back.
Oh, Ethan going a bit wide there. Lost a bit of a time to Jishnu and all that. But battle for P4 and I think P2 is gonna be a bit interesting. Is Chips catching up to Wifix?
He could be, and right now, as it stands, Chips will gain a position on VFX on account of his 3 second time penalty for the Williams driver. So, in fact,
Yeah.
it is Sid Venkatesh who's also catching up. Oh no, I think he just got overtaken, maybe, I'm not sure.
No, he got overtaken if I'm not wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, my bad.
I think he got an overtaken by Quick Killer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Chips is actually catching up to Wifix right now.
Chips is catching up to VFX. Those fresh mediums definitely helping. Hoshrav within 6 tenths of Abhishek, and with a superior straight line speed theoretically, and rear wing flap being open, Hoshrav might be within a shot. He's using his battery. Now he just stopped using that battery, and let's see if he's gonna make the move. I think he will. Abhishek clearly lacking a lot of straight line speed, and it is going to be Hushrav who gets P2 on lap 24. So
Yeah.
3 laps to go, including this one, and this is one battle we don't want to miss out on. Jishnu and Ethan is the other battle for P4, and I think the next time they are going to break, Ethan will challenge the Aston Martin for P4. He has to
Yeah.
choose
If
the outside
you
line.
were Ethan, would you overtake Jishnu right now, or would you? I mean, he's already overtaken. Okay, now
Yeah.
if you're Jishnu,
Yeah, that's a
would you
smart way of
overtake
changing the
Ethan right
question.
now, or would you wait? Yeah. If X is
I mean, I
equal
would
to
rather
Y, Y is
wait
equal
until
to
the
X.
last
Yeah.
lap, but you never know if you make a mistake, anything like that. So yes, yeah, I would rather wait until the last possible opportunity to make the move, so that, and it's Baku, so if you are within that window and that rear wing is open, if you get DRS, you do get very good slipstream, and you get a good advantage on the straight. So let's see. Abhishek
Yeah.
has stuck with Hushrav, by the way. So lap 25. Now they are going to be thinking, and they're going to be counting backwards from the checkered flag, and strategically, who do we want? Who do they want to be in front among the two of them, leading into the final lap of the race? Redstone's gap is 8 seconds, And here goes Abhishek. 4 tenths is the gap. It's decreasing. He's not using his battery. He doesn't need to. And Hushra is weaving
Khushraf
around
kind
trying
of
to break the toe, but
weaving,
that's
yeah,
yeah, it's
to
not
let
really
him through.
gonna for people who did not get that reference, you need to watch the Miami race from a couple of seasons back. And let's see, I think Jishnu
I
did
think that
make.
was the previous season, not even the couple of seasons.
Oh, it could be the previous
But
season.
yeah, I
Time
think
does fly by.
25th lap, and I feel whoever overtakes on this lap, right, is just gonna continue and will have that position in the 26th lap as well. Is what I strongly feel.
So Jishnu
So
has
25th lap,
overtaken Ethan.
back straight. Yeah,
Yeah, Jishnu has overtaken Ethan, so he has P4 right now.
Chips
Hushrav.
might overtake Vifix as well, is
Oh,
what I
Chips is
feel.
very close to VFX, you are right. So on the back straight, the Alpine might get the Williams, and that would be further blows for Vix. Oh, Ethan and Jishnu! No! I think Ethan just missed his breaking point
Oi.
there. And now they're trying to let each other through, and that's a sign of respect between
No,
the two
how would they
drivers.
let each other do?
I mean, not each other through, but they both were trying to let the other through.
Yeah.
Um, Chips very close to VFix, but is still behind. Hushrav 8 tenths is the gap. This is getting a little bit too close for comfort for Hushrav. Last time he did make the overtake streak while being 6 tenths back. Now he has a further 2 tenths to claw back. And Abhishek does have some battery in his store. Do you think Abhishek defends on this lap, or would he want to wait until the back straight of the next lap, which will be the last lap of the race? Hushrav gaining and
Yeah.
gaining all the time. 1 lap to go. Redstone has already started the last lap of the race. Hushrav will not make a dive bomb, so he'll wait probably until turn 3 to actually make that move stick, or is he going to wait until the last lap? We would not
I
know
think
until a few
this
seconds.
is it. We are not gonna see change in positions. Um, I strongly feel we are not gonna see change in positions. Maybe Chips will overtake Vifix if he, suddenly
Yeah,
decides to
they
like,
were going
okay,
side by side.
let
The
me
two of
just,
them, or Jishnu and Ethan, were going side by side, and here
yeah,
goes Ethan ahead of Jishnu. VFX is battling another Alpine, something he has now probably trauma from, and they're still battling, going side by side. And VFX seems to have retained the position for now, but I mean, ultimately he is going to lose that one. They're still going side by side through the chicane, and Chips has the inside line for the next corner, but he lets VFX through. It seemed like, or was it not the case? This time VFX
okay,
has the
this is
inside
some
line. It's
redemption moment
deja
for
vu.
Vifix.
And VFX does. But
Yeah,
what about this
this is
man?
how you
Redstone
race
Derp
side by side.
is
Yeah,
just absolute domination from him, and he is going to
yeah.
win by
Last
9
turn
seconds.
with MFD not open,
Yeah,
and
and
he is now
weaves across the
gonna
line.
cross the
Redstone down.
finish
He
line.
wins the championship. He wins in Baku. It's back-to-back championship for him. Hushrav, it's not going to be enough. It is going to be Mercedes 1-2 as Abhishek crosses in P2. Hushrav takes the final podium spot, and I don't think Jishnu has enough in the tank to get P4. So it will
Yeah,
be
but
Ethan will
he's
finish P4.
missing end plate as well. Unfortunately,
Yeah, and
moment
here
there.
goes Efix
But
now. He
yeah,
does make an overtake on the last lap on Chips, but it's not really gonna matter because you have the 3 second time penalty. Quick killer finishes in P8, and then it will be your competitor from last season in Division 2, Sid Venkatesh, who will get a couple of points. So Mercedes gets 43 points because of P1 and P2, and Williams gets 10 points. So that's a swing of 33 points in favor of Mercedes, which also makes them the constructors champion. Well done, guys. That is a mega effort. And Abhishek, despite missing so many races, has just come back and just casually gotten a podium there. What brilliant racing from him. Unfortunate on lap one, but that is a very good recovery drive. Very impressive. and Sid Venkatesh is using this time to make a few donuts. Uh, and I think he's struggling a little bit. He's got himself in a not a great position to. And he's unable to. Yeah, that's a good donut from Sid Venkatesh. Is teaching us how it's done. And but what a season from Mercedes! What a season from Redstone! 11 poles, 6 race wins, and he is your IRL Season 10 Division 1 champion. Come on, Sid. I think you need to get it over with. Meanwhile, if you can invite Redstone, Abhishek, and Hushra to the party, Smith. Smith, are you here? Abe. All right, first to cross the line and first driver to join the party. Redstone is here. Congratulations, Redstone. That was a very commanding drive. We'll wait for Abhishek
Many,
and
many congratulations.
Thanks, boys.
look at the delight in
What a
his
season!
voice
What a season!
as he joins us for the final time this season. Let's wait for Abhishek and Hushrav as well. We want to have a quick chat with them before we save the best for the last, as Redstone Derp is crowned for the second season running an IRL champion. I'm assuming Abhishek and Hushrav both were in the same party as you, Redstone?
Yes, they were.
All right. I hope they got the invite because I sent one to them. And
I think they were discussing a bunch of things. I'm
yeah,
sure they'll
I
come
mean,
soon.
one in particular, I'm sure. But
No, that was rather friendly though. They were laughing about it, so it's okay.
I think I'll invite Vivix as well.
Yeah, definitely,
We have
of
all
course.
the top three in the championship as well in the party then.
yep, please do that. Where do I show the cars? Yeah, showroom.
But Redstone, in the meantime, some tips for your fellow. How do I say this? But if I don't get demoted slash promoted to D2 again, how do I make up? Where do I gain those few tens?
Smith, you were seconds quicker than me, my guy. So
Yeah,
please.
Smith is just holding back a few tenths. I think a couple of seconds
Yeah,
in his
he's
back
there's
pocket.
no way he's that slow. I think he just wants to go to D2.
Yep. He
No,
doesn't
bro,
want
I
to.
have actually, but never mind. We'll talk about
Anyway,
ourselves later.
yeah.
We have everyone over here.
Yeah, we do have
So
everyone.
I
So let's
think
start with Hushrav then. Hushrav, I hope your audio sharing is on and you can hear us because you just joined. Take us through your race and especially the last few laps where you and Abhishek were trading positions and walk us through that battle. What went in your mind and were there any sort of calculations to make an overtake on a particular lap so that you retain that at the checkered flag? Gustav, can you hear us?
Oh, sorry. Were you talking to me? My bad. Sorry. I didn't hear you first.
Did you hear the question,
Go on.
or should I?
I did not know. Sorry. Can you
Yeah,
please
just
repeat,
talk us
please?
through your race and the last few laps where you were in a battle with Abhishek. And was there any sort of calculations
Oh,
going on in terms of when you would want to make the final overtake so that you retain
no,
P2
not
at the checkered
really,
flag?
not really, because I knew no matter what happened, it was a losing battle. The reason I came late to party was I was just discussing with Sid. I was trying to get his tire wear. I'm 95% sure the uneven car's tire wear glitched back again because we were discussing it through the race as well. I think at one point I'm echoing up somewhere. Hello. Yeah, better now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good here.
there was some echo.
I was discussing with Ajitesh and Abhi through the race. At one point, I think I ended the race 13% more than what Ajitesh did on the tire wear. So it's not normal amounts, but nonetheless, battle with Abhi was good. It was just I was trying to save up, make the pass for the end, but he had even more saved up on me. But it's not the kind of battle either of us wanted to do when we're both sort of just dwindling at the edge of grip. We couldn't outbrake, couldn't switch back each other, nothing. It was just DRS passes with yeah. Nonetheless, good race, but I do want to sort of have a look at the tire wear later because that yeah that was not a normal amount. But nonetheless, special shout out to both the top two guys. Great job this season. Really good stuff, guys. So congratulations, and also Abhi for constructors. So good job, guys. Thank you so much.
All right. Smith, any questions for Hushraf before we move on to Abhishek?
Not really. I think with the season, I have missed almost all the races, so I wouldn't know what exactly happened, honestly speaking. But good race, Hushraf. Since you talked about the glitch with the tire, were unfortunate, but good race otherwise.
Thank you.
Yep, strong end to the season as always with Hushraf. And moving on to Abhishek's,
And I think P3 championship as well.
I think so. Just missed
I'm
out on
not
P2.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, just missed
I
out.
don't know what
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of gaps were there for P2 and P3. I think he was like 12 seconds behind VFX, so yeah, he
yeah.
might have
12
currently.
seconds. 12
Just missed
points.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So congratulations, Hushraf, for P2 as well, if
Thank
you
you.
did manage to bag it. And now
Yeah.
coming to our P2 of the race, Abhishek's. What a comeback that is,
Hello.
man, from your hiatus. Welcome back, first of all. Good to see you racing. Lap 1
Thank
or
you.
lap 2, you were 30 seconds off the rest of the field because you had an incident on lap 1. So, just first of all, talk us through that lap 1, what happened. We didn't really catch it on stream because of my brilliant camera work. And then also take us through your numerous overtakes that you did and your battle with Hushraf.
Well, firstly, I want to congratulate eFix Ustra and Redstone on the championships. It was a really great season for all three of them, and it's nice to see the battle go down to the last round. And congrats to Redstone on winning the championship, even after missing quite a few races. Credit to him, and yeah, I'm happy to be back. And on the first lap, I just missed my braking into turn three, I think, and yeah, I just went straight on. And after that, I was just hoping for a safety car, which did come eventually. And yeah, I managed to somehow break my wing thrice this race, but yeah, I got lucky with the second safety car as well. It was a good battle with VFix and QK. I think VFix was missing an end plate, but QK was doing the ultimate Checo game there. Fair play to him, and yeah, towards the end, I knew I was faster than Husra, but I knew he would still be able to stick to my DRS, so it was just about when I would pass him. I wanted to do it on the last lap, but at the same time, I knew I was slightly quicker in Sector 2, so I got it done a lap before and hoped to pull away in Sector 2 a little bit, which I did manage to do enough. And yeah, I had enough ERS to save myself to the line as well. And yeah, happy for the 1-2 with the Mercedes team.
Yeah, and congratulations on the championship as well. I think you did manage to win that ahead of Williams. So I think your contribution in this race did really help the team. But yeah, mega job, Abhishek. And over to you, Smith.
Yeah, good race, Abhishek. I thought you had a moment. Sorry, you had a moment with Hushrav, I mean, on the first lap, going to turn three. But you yourself said it was your mistake. So
Yeah,
yeah,
well,
thanks for clearing out that. But otherwise, good 1-2 between you and Redstone. GG. After that, I mean, good recovery track. Otherwise,
Yep, very
yeah,
good
thank
recovery
you.
drive, and we hope that you race with us consistently because someone needs to give Redstone some kind of a battle for poles at least.
Yeah,
And I
it's a
don't,
shame I got in only one lap in quali. So
yeah, and I think apart from you, I don't know if anyone else is gonna do that anytime soon. But yeah, very happy to see you back on track, and congratulations once again for the podium and the constructors championship. Redstone, you'll have to wait a little because we would first want to speak with VFix once as he's here in the party and our runners up in the championship. VFix, that was not how I think you would have wanted your last race to be. A couple of controversial moments there, but if you
Last
reflect
full
back,
time race, like
last race as a
serious
full
full
time
time.
driver. But if you reflect back on your season and this race, what are your thoughts? What are you thinking right now? And walk us through
Um,
the highs and lows of this race as well, because I think your quali was okay, but your race start, I think you lost a few positions as well.
Honestly, this season it's been terrible. Like I've driven like really amateur hour, except for like a couple of races, because I genuinely don't get the time to play this game anymore. So, I'm just showing up. And, the only reason it was even this close was because Redstone missed like 5 races or something. Otherwise, he would have run away with it. My qualifying, as you guys can see, it's just gone. I don't know what's up with that. Another thing, the way the cars react to bumps might be back again because the Williams, it felt horrible. Anytime like I would ride a curve, it would like almost like spin the car. So maybe the tire wear thing and the cars reacting unevenly to curves is back. But yeah, pretty honestly, this is probably the worst season that I've driven since my first one. And I've won enough now to like not care about this uh, as much. I was even I literally I think told you guys that how are we even how am I even second? So yeah, and I just feel bad for QK, just that somebody took the constructors away from him. Um, and that incident. I mean, I'm not gonna talk about it because um, people can say whatever they want to say. But as from one Canadian to another, yeah. Um, so yeah, basically, just it's I feel very indifferent to this one. I was definitely in a lot of pain the last time I lost the championship because I felt that that was more in my hands. But when people want to just you can make whatever video or whatever you want. Congrats to Redstone, for becoming a two-time champion, and congrats to that guy for getting banned 9 times after I'm done reporting him. And yeah, uh, just yeah, and congrats to the Merc boys as well. And once again, very sorry to QK. The country of Canada was your official pardon. Um,
Right, Smith, anything for VFX?
now I think he's clearly stated everything. I wanted to clear out the incident, but then he's also spoken very clearly about that as well. And
Yep, and
everyone would have heard from one Canadian to another. So
right, but yeah, I think I agree with VFX on the Quick Killer part. Massive shout out to Quick Killer. I think he has been pretty rapid this season and
oh,
even in
and
this
blood,
race as
and
well.
blood, and blood, and
And
blood. I
Bloodwave,
can't
yeah,
forget
absolutely.
about
He
blood.
won the race in Spa. He got a pole, which is rare these days with Redstone
was
on
leading
track.
the championship at some
So,
point as well.
and probably yeah, he was
Yeah,
leading the championship at some point. So, Bloodwave and Quick Killer, we do acknowledge your contribution to this constructors fight. But yeah, commiserations to
Yeah.
you, VFX.
I didn't have to contribute 99.2% of the points,
Right,
to
but
carry
we
some
do
dead weight
hope
around.
that
But yeah,
we do hope that you're back racing with us whenever you can, even if it's a reserve capacity, even if it's in the reserve
no, I'll
capacity.
just hog a full-time seat and then like whoever like
Oh, so you'll do a noob shan. Right, all right.
yeah.
So, with that being said, let's move to the man of the hour, Redstone Dub, two-time IRL champion, and God knows how many wins this season. I think it is six now. And what a race, Redstone! You just led it from start to finish, apart from PSI leading under the safety car period. But talk us through your qualifying. I think that was a lap which think the first lap which you put in was about 8 tenths clear of everyone else, and ultimately you did manage to get pole by 3.5 tenths. So, how was your qualifying like? Were you still going all guns blazing, or were you holding something back considering it was a final race and you didn't really need to win the race to win the championship?
Uh, yeah, firstly, congrats to VFX. I mean, stellar season. He's been very consistent in scoring many points. And yeah, good job to him. And so Husha was in the hunt as well. Jishnu at some point was in the hunt for the championship in the early stages. Bloodwave as well. A lot of different people. And I think just massive shout out to everyone who drove this season. I think like all of them did the best they could. And coming on to qualifying, I certainly had two more tens, but the last lap I sort of like binned it, and I was like, okay, that lap time I set was going to be good enough. And getting onto the race, I was very important to get a good race start and good start, and I did that. I managed to keep Hushto at bay. And I realized Hushto was struggling quite a bit with his tires, so that allowed me to like push on and start building a gap. Every time I tried doing that, there was a safety car or a VSC trying to like impede that. But once that phase went through, I was just able to dictate the pace going forward. I wasn't really pushing too much. I think I went off into turn two, like almost hit the barrier twice in the last stint. So I was like, no risks, just keep it consistent, just try to get good exits out of each corner, slow and fast out. That worked very well. And Abhi as well, like if he had another shot, I'm pretty sure he would have put it on pole because in the practice sessions he was right there. So yeah, next season I think it's going to be quite interesting between me and Abhi. Looking forward to that, and we managed to seal off the constructors as well, I think.
Yeah, yeah, you did.
So yeah, that's a great feat given the number of races Abhi and I missed together. So it's really nice to finish strong, 1-2. Yeah, quite happy. It doesn't feel the same as the first time, but I'll take it. It's been a good season. It was just down to understanding how the cars handle, and as long I was able to adapt to it from 22, and from that point onwards, it was quite easy, I would say. And thank you, a massive shout out to Caesar as well for giving us a platform to race and making IRL what it is today.
Don't.
Oh my god. It's okay, he'll give you the
It,
D2
it was
seat.
good. It was good knowing you, Smith. I think a few people are on the
I
way
think
out
we
of the
definitely
league.
saw all of what IRL is today.
Yeah,
That's all I'm going to
probably
say.
IRL summed up tonight. But yeah, I think massive congratulations, Redstone, once again. Very dominant. In fact, we were just trying to figure it out in qualifying. I'm not sure if this stat is true, but you have 11 poles this season, including the one in Baku, and you have raced only 11 times this season, apparently. That means you've gotten the
No,
pole.
I think I missed pole a few races that I raced as well.
Okay,
I
then
think he's
the
So
missed
math
pole
isn't
once
mathing
because I have only
from
one pole
season.
this season, and I remember Redstone being in that race.
and I
So
think Japan, Abhi got pole as well.
Okay, then
So I
I
think
don't
I
yeah,
did
know.
yeah.
miss out of, but I think altogether 11 out of 17 races, I think Mercedes has racked up 14 poles. So that's a tremendous feat, I would say.
All
So
right,
that's really
so
nice,
yeah, that's
and thank you for everyone like whoever's been there throughout, Jishnu, Yash, like sweating with them. It's always very nice throughout the entire course of the season. And yeah,
Yep.
uh,
Smith,
thank
anything
you
from you?
guys.
Smith?
He's on mute, I
I
think.
think, yeah, he's probably not around. But yeah, either ways, Redstone, massive congratulations. I just keep saying that once again. But a great end to the season, and let's hope that you're around for the season 11 of IRL and hopefully get some lesser polls. It's a bit boring now to watch you put it on.
Trust me, Abhi will be on
Or
it.
probably try, driving with one hand tied behind your back. Just be a little creative with what you do. But yeah,
Maybe
mega job.
I'll turn line off for the next
Yeah, or
season.
yeah, do that, or something, or just make it a little bit more interesting. But you
Yeah.
did. I mean, along with VFX and Hushrav, that and Caesar as well. That was a good title fight until almost
Yeah,
the end
And
of the
anyway,
yeah. But yeah, that being said, thank you everyone for joining in. किसने stream शुरू कर दिया? All right. So thank you everyone for joining in. This is the last race of the season. So we'll see you in a few weeks for season 11. And until then, take care of yourselves. Goodbye, good night, and congratulations to Redstone and Mercedes.
thank you.
Thank you, boys.